Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Mike Martin. I'm with Casio, and thanks for joining us today on another Casio Artist Spotlight. As always, I'm joined by my co-host 820 miles to my east, practicing our social distancing, Mr. Rich Formidoni. How are you today, Rich?
Doing good, Mike. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We barely know what day it is, but we got another great interview for you today.
I think it's Tuesday, so
I think you're right.
I think it is. So we've got a great guest with us today. He's a star with many talents, and as an actor, you've seen him on Disney's Shake It Up and Camp Rock, and as a singer, you've heard his hit EP, I Am RO. As a dancer, you've seen him Dancing with the Stars, and at a young age, he's accomplished what it takes many others decades to do, and he's not slowing down anytime soon. One thing is constant is his evolution. Welcome to the broadcast, Roshon.
What's up? What's up?
How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm quarantine chilling, you know. I'm
Yep.
here.
You guys in lockdown out there?
Yeah, we're pretty locked down, but it's all right. You know, good thing I could work in the house. You know what I mean?
That's good. Are you writing some tunes?
Too many. I think I'm running out of songs now. I gotta start getting some new inspiration because I'm starting to write the same song over and over again. Yeah.
So I was hoping we could start like way early, Roshon, pre-Disney era. Your dad, Roy, is also an actor as well. And I was just wondering, did he have an effect on your desire to be a performer at a young age?
Yeah, most definitely. I was raised in the game, right there with him in his arms, every step of the way from when he was, acting and being on set and producing his own play and all those things. So I definitely was born to be a part of it as well. And he just, helped me and pushed me, guided me in the right direction, and here I am, still doing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're doing it well.
Thanks, man.
Your very first role
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 2. You played the illustrious role of Amazed Kid number 2.
Yeah, right. That's a big role, man.
Big role, that's right.
Big role.
What do you remember about that? You got any stories about that you could share with us? I know it was a while back.
That scene in particular was shot downtown LA, right at the subway station, in front of the subway station, and they turned it into basically New York, the New York streets. And as a kid, I was only about 10 or 11. I didn't really know what was happening. Like, I didn't know where I was. I knew I was in LA, but I was kind of confused. Like, I really thought maybe I was in New York somehow. I don't know. But I think that moment in time just happened so fast. And I didn't really understand how huge that film was until after it came out. And I was like, whoa, like that little role was still like a really huge role because this movie's so damn big. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It was a good time, though. It was an amazing experience.
Well,
That's good. I mean, go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, some of your best, your early roles or things like from your Disney life, from Camp Rock and Ty on Shake It Up, and you've evolved past that phase, obviously. So, are your fans okay with you growing up, or do they,
I think so. I mean, they're still rocking with me. They've been a part of my musical journey for a long time, and I wouldn't say everything else was kind of overshadowing it, but Disney is a strong vehicle. They really they know how to brand their stuff pretty strong. So when I was a part of it as an actor and as a dancer, even though I originally got with Disney to do music, I still did music on Disney, but that wasn't really what was highlighted as much. You know what I mean?
Right.
So all my fans fell in love with my acting and my dancing. I was like, hey guys, I got here to do music, right? Like, everybody seeing that? So the diehard fans know how serious the music is, and now I'm just blessed to have the opportunity to evolve into the artist that I always wanted to be.
Yeah, and you are like a multi-talented guy. You're an actor, singer, rapper, dancer. Is music the one that you feel the most passionate about, or any one of those?
I don't know. I love them all. I really do love them all. I think it all roots from music, though. The way that I act is very much so musical. The way I talk, even when I'm just talking regular, it's just very melodic. You know what I mean? And that comes across in my acting skills, and that's why I'm always kind of playing like the cool guy or the rapper or something, or the singer guy. in all the shows or movies that I do. Same thing with the dancing. If you can't dance without music, it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? So the music is the core of what kind of helps me do everything. So I guess it is, to answer your question, is probably the passion. Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the acting. One of the recent roles you had was actually Bobby DeBarge, and I wanted to ask you about that because you were killer in that. Bobby lived a tormented life. He was, he was in charge of so much, but yeah, a lot of trouble going on. Did he have any? Did you learn any life lessons that Bobby left behind while playing that role?
The man's story was insane, and I don't know. I really. Like I said, I was born and raised in the game. A lot of these lessons were taught by my father to me already. You know, and he's coached me and told me a lot of these things to watch out for, not to get involved in, and how bad things can go. But when you relive somebody's life on the screen, you just have a different like empathy and feeling, for what people really have been through. So I really it impacted me even more. Just reacting like all of that craziness. And that dude was so talented. He really put his whole family on. And he kind of got the bad end of the stick, you know what I mean? But it happens, it's life, and I'm glad his story was told.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And man.
So I just want to let everybody know real quick, we are watching the chat on Facebook and YouTube, and if you have any questions along the way, we can try and pop some questions directly to Roshon here in the broadcast. Awesome.
Yeah. So I want to shift over to dancing for a second. On 2012, millions of people watched you on Dancing with the Stars. You were on forever. You were in the top 6. You killed it.
Thanks,
I was curious about the training routine. How hard was the training? How much did you have to do it? What was that like?
It was ridiculous. It was too much. It was borderline illegal. That's what it felt like. The way it worked is they just had us rehearsing, I think, mandatory like 6 hours a day. But if you wanted to continue rehearsal, if you feel like you weren't at the point you want to be, or you're not good enough yet, you can go as long as you want with your dance partner or whatever. And my dance partner, she really wanted to win. I wanted to win too, but I was like, I don't want to die. Like, I can't even breathe, dude. So we did sometimes 11, 12-hour rehearsals a day. And then have to get up at 6 a.m. and do it all again.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
I mean, you guys used to have a dance studio. I mean, were you rehearsing at your dad's dance studio, or you?
No, we rehearsed in the space where they shot Dancing with the Stars, because they taped a lot of the rehearsals. But then solo rehearsals, then we would go to the studio, to my own studio, and rehearse there. So it was a lot of dancing. For sure.
It's grueling. Wow.
Yeah. It was crazy.
In your moves, we see a lot of MJ, a lot of Michael in there. So, I don't even have to ask who the big influence was, but any other dancers or performers influence your dancing?
I mean, MJ's the man.
He's the man, right?
He's the man. Ever since I was young, I used to, collect all the DVDs and listen to all his music. And I don't know, that's all I can remember is just trying to dance like Michael. And I mastered it so well to the point where literally just dancing like Michael has put me in like the next plateau of my life, like the next stage. Like, I'm dancing like Michael on Disney Channel. Now I'm on Dance with the Stars. Like, just dancing like Michael took me so far, man. And that's the GOAT. He's the guy.
So let's talk about music a little bit. I mean, how did you get started musically? What was your first instrument?
First instrument was pots and pans in the kitchen. That was Mom, man. Mom pulled the pots and pans out, and she let me make all the noise while she was cooking. And that evolved into my parents actually finally getting me a drum set and getting me the piano, and then getting the guitar. My whole room at like 10, 11 years old looked like a music store.
That's awesome.
Yeah. For sure. It was crazy. And I had some Casios in there too. For sure I did. That was my dad's go-to. He's like, well, every kid has to have a Casio. You know what I mean?
Well, we appreciate that, and you've done so much with us over the years. You've been Casio family forever.
Yeah, man.
All our portable keyboards. We've got you on video showing people how to use them.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, sir.
Part of the whole Casio vibe is that you can start with a Casio and then you can kind of step up to one.
Right.
So I know you worked a little bit with the PX5S. How has that been for you in your songwriting?
That's my big dog right there. You know what I mean? It's very simple. I love touchscreens and I love all that crazy stuff, but sometimes I just want to click these sounds and I don't want to, you know what I mean? It just has that little screen and you're really just using your ears and playing around with that, and that's really dope. I think the PX5S is my that's like that go-to for when I want to, just play some nice keys. But all the other keyboards that I have that you guys got me rocking with is a lot of synthesizer stuff, and I play around with that too.
Right.
But it's nothing like those weighted keys. You gotta have those weighted keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
A question coming in from YouTube. Megan's asking, what instrument took you the most time to learn?
Oh man, I'm still not the greatest at guitar.
Yeah.
I'm better at everything else, but guitars, it's a little trickier for me. I don't think I got long enough fingers or something. I don't know. Well, you know what I mean? Like I don't know what it is. It's just I gotta work on my pressure. I ain't got my pressure together, pushing the strings down.
Get those bar chords.
Yeah, those bar chords. I get a cramp and I'm all messed up. So I think guitar is probably taking the longest to really get down. But I love them all, man. If it makes noise, I'll learn how to play it.
That's awesome. So another question coming in from Facebook. Our friend Mark, he's asking, any up and coming projects? What are you working on right now?
Yeah, a lot of up and coming stuff. While we're in quarantine, just trying to focus on dropping new music. I think that's what every artist is doing right now. Me and my boy Still Tech, we started a duo, so we go by Evo. It's just Elevated Visionaries Only. We're just trying to do something different, push the envelope, and make some. I would just say some exciting music. I don't know if it's so much. I don't want to talk like a positive, role model or nothing like that. But I think it's just exciting, uplifting energy. You know what I mean? It's just fun music, because there's a lot of sad music out there, which is cool. You got to have that vibe. But I think there's certain times where you just need that turn up music where it feels good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
these are
what
definitely
doing.
Bangers.
Yeah, that's all we're doing. Is just keeping it lit, keeping it exciting, just making dope, fun party music. And we're evolving, just dropping music, all produced and written, mastered, and mixed all right here in-house, and that's how we're doing it. Man.
That's awesome.
Mike, do we have the website up?
Yeah, I've got the
site.
So, I mean, Ro, why don't you tell us real quick, where can people follow you? What's the best place to go where people can check out your new stuff?
Yeah, you can go check out Instagram. It's at Roshon, ROSHON. Name of the group is Evo Invasion, so you can type that in on Instagram too, EVO Invasion, or visionairesonly.com, which is like the hub for all of the stuff. It's an apparel brand too, so we got clothes and fashion. We always rocking the logo. That's the Evo logo. So when you see that, it's Evo, baby. We here.
We're just gonna assume that our hoodies and hats are in the mail.
They are in the mail. Don't you trip.
Okay.
We got you. That's a good way to put that. We're just gonna assume that.
Yeah.
So how did Evo Invasion come all about? I mean, how'd that get started?
So back when I had the dance studio in the warehouse with the music studios in it, me and my boy Tech, we met through a mutual friend, and was a stylist, and he did a lot of fashion stuff at the time, and he had his brand. And we just been rocking for over 5 years or something like that. And finally, he's been a DJ, traveled around, and I was doing the Disney stuff. But then when we were like, well, we probably want to take some time to do our own music. You know what I mean? And we're thinking how should we do it? Should we just do it separate and then have the fashion in there, or should we just merge it all together? So we said, forget it. We're just gonna merge it all together, make it a fashion line, make it a music line, a label. Just creative, just creative hub for all artists and everybody to work with us and stuff. And that was it, man. Yeah, we just formed it up, put some music out, recorded as many records as we could, and here we are. Yeah.
A question just came in. Do you have a favorite song that you've made? I guess that's over the entire career. It's a tough question.
I think everyone is my favorite until it's until I make another one. Now we got some secret records though that we're gonna drop. I would say this summer, but I don't know if there is a summer anymore. You know what I mean? I guess it's still the summer, but we got some really, really exciting records that I think social media and just the world is gonna love. Danceable records, TikTok is gonna go crazy. So
good.
It's coming. We got some stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, your social media is great, man. People are all over your Twitter, all over your Insta. Your TikTok videos are great. Just saw you jumping in the pool the other day.
You know, that water was cold as hell, man.
It looked cold.
I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't. I really thought, like, I'm going to be all right. And here's the problem. Let me tell you the problem, guys. I can't swim.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So, in that moment, you know, like, you just freeze in the air. And I was like, this might be a bad idea. That's halfway in the air going into. I said, this might be a bad idea. As you can see, my dive wasn't it didn't look like I knew what I was doing. It was very loosey-goosey.
It had purpose. It had meaning.
Yeah.
And I think it resonated. And I'm glad you weren't in the deep end.
Thanks, man. But thank God it wasn't no deep end. It was all 3 feet, but still could have been bad.
Oh, man. In terms of writing music, what's your process when you're coming up with a track? Is it the beats first, lyrics first, melody? How does it work for you?
I follow the music. So if I make a dope beat, I'm starting like a really something interesting. The way I like to do it is I'll make half the beat and then just start instantly recording lyrics. I don't really finish the whole beat because you can't really. I don't know. For me, once I lose that initial inspiration, you can't get those lyrics back. You know what I mean? So. Like people that play beats over and over again and then they don't like the beat anymore. It's kind of like that while I'm making the beat. Mm-hmm. So I'm making it and I'm like, I got to write lyrics because I'm feeling it now. And then I'll structure the beat around the lyrics when I finish the beat. So that's how I do it. Pretty much just let the music tell the story and then fill in the spaces.
That's a wise way to do it. I think a lot of people get caught up trying to finish a beat. Yeah. And trying to finish the lyrics all at once, sort of do the whole thing, and they get frozen up. But
right.
The way you're doing it, you can be more productive.
The other thing is too, sometimes you got to know when to just stop producing, and that way, the beat might already be done, and you could spend hours on it just tweaking stuff and doing so much stuff where it's like, all right, I'm over this, and then what?
Right. Well, one of the common things we've been doing these artist spotlights now for a couple weeks is one of the common themes has been, first of all, when you have an idea to get it down really quick, and that means, getting your phone out and just recording that lyric in your phone or just do something to capture it before it's gone,
That's it.
And so it sounds like you're using a similar methodology.
Yeah, that's it. Just record.
I would assume I would assume you're doing all that recording on the phrase sequencer on your XWP1. But,
let's assume that.
We had a question.
Seriously though, I mean, what are you using? Logic? What are you using?
I'm in Logic.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
I'm Logic, man. For a long time when I was on Disney. And I recorded a song for a musical called Camp Rock, and it was a huge movie and it was a dope musical. And I remember going to one of the recording sessions, and I went up to this producer's house in the hills, and this was a long time ago. It was like 10 years ago, and he was this producer named Toby Gad. I don't know if you heard of him. He's really dope. Toby Gad produced what is that song, Like a Boy, for Beyonce.
Oh, wow.
I think he wrote and produced that.
Very cool.
And I get in this guy's house, and I'm like, all right, well, where's the studio? And he had his living room, and right in the middle, he just had his laptop and some speakers and Logic. And I was just like Pro Tools, man, at the time, trying to figure that out without school. That was crazy. So I'm like, what is this? What is he recording on? Like, what is this? I've never seen this before. He had 1,000 tracks up there. It was crazy. He's like, yeah, I do everything here. I'm mixing here, I'm mastering here. I'm like, okay. I went that week, got Logic, and haven't left since. I just do it like he did it, man. Just keep it all in there, and it's easier that way. It's just bouncing stuff around, flying stuff around. That it gets a little confusing, but if your computer can handle it, Logic's the way to go.
Fun.
Yeah, man.
We got a comment coming in or a question. What's your favorite Casio?
Favorite Casio. I know I always say the PX5, but
That's an okay answer.
yeah, that's I always say that. I mean, I really do. I really do love all your weighted keyboards. I really do. I think that the new one you have though. What is that brand new one that just came out?
I think the PXS. Yeah, the PXS.
Yeah, I didn't get my hands on that, but I'm looking at it. I was like, that looks nice.
So
I think that might be my new favorite.
I actually have a clip from NAMM a year ago where you joined us for a little bit, and I only have about a 15-second clip, but I'm going to try and run it. And you had one of your buddies there playing piano and singing. We were running loops in the background too. I'll just see if I can run just a couple seconds of that real quick.
Yeah.
Casio, like hello, boo, hey, how do you do, hey, I got a question that I wanna ask you, hey, where you going, yeah, can I go to, hey, cause I gotta see whatever they make you, let's go, you gotta be an alien, straight from another dub.
There we go.
Yeah, that was with Patrick Bolton.
Pat, my man Pat, he's crazy on the keys. That guy's crazy.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh, that little dude dancing.
Yeah, we had a big crowd, and that little guy came up and just started dancing right in front. It was awesome.
He stole the show, man. That was his son. He stole the show.
Oh, I didn't realize that was his son.
Oh, wow.
Man, he's
Okay.
killing the game.
Awesome. Another talented family.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Got to keep it going. Keep the wave going.
Here's an interesting question that just came in. Do you have any tracks without piano that I could play piano with? Do you ever do instrumental versions of your songs?
A track without piano.
Without piano, or without lyrics. Is that something you would ever do? Like let people get a hold of a track just to like either spit on or play a solo on or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of times back in the day where I would upload just instrumentals to SoundCloud. Just stuff I was vibing with. I took them all down, but there might be something I'll do in the future. Drop some stuff and let some people record some lyrics or whatever they want to do to it. That'd be dope.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Are you keeping busy with acting? I know you're heavily focused on the music, but any upcoming acting projects?
I mean, right now acting is kind of frozen. Nobody
true.
wants to come together. Nobody really wants to get on set. You know what I mean?
No distancing. All the studios are closed.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's really nuts. But I think I'm focused on everything being cohesive. When I do any future acting jobs, I definitely want it to be cohesive with the brand and what I'm doing musically. I always say like half of it is like the passion and then half of it is the branding. You got to make sure your branding's right. So I don't want to do like all this music, focus so hard on the music, and then go play like a professor or something, and people are like, that doesn't really add up with the guy that's jumping on the stage and then what we're seeing on TV. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to keep it, just dedicate my hard work into one direction that all makes sense. Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Thanks, yeah. You said that together.
Right.
So nice. Very cool.
So another quick question for you. So, I mean, you got your start real young. What advice would you give to musicians that are starting out today?
Well, today is a different day and age, which is really dope for artists. I think the number one thing is just stay persistent, consistent, and just keep making stuff and drop it. Like when you don't have any reason not to drop stuff these days because you have every option to do so. And then if you're unknown, you really don't have a reason to not drop stuff because nobody cares. So I think you just keep dropping stuff, and if it's good, what they always say, if you build it, they will come. It's the same thing with music. If you are consistent and you keep making good product, people are going to listen, and once they catch on to it and like what you're doing, it's no stopping. You just got to keep going, though. Some people just lose lose that encouragement and get a little scared or whatever the case is, or distracted, who knows.
Right.
And that one window where you gave up or you took a break, that could have been the time you blew up.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on going, man. Don't stop.
It's good advice.
Amen.
One question that's come up 3 or 4 times now. Do you ever play organ? You ever play any of the organ sounds on any of your keyboards? Get those gospel chops going?
Yeah, man. Sometimes I gotta take it to church. Take it to church, man. Take it to church. Yeah, the organs are dope. I put a lot of organs in the back of my R&B beats. You can't really hear them, but a lot of times they fill up the track so much. It's just a big sound, you know what I mean? So organs are my little secret weapon. Throw some verb on there, tuck them in the back with some Rhodes, you know what I mean? Just get a vibe going.
Very cool.
Nice. Sorry about all the sirens in the background. Apparently some kind of
man.
nonsense going on here.
Man.
That's all right. All right, man. So again, for people to check out what's going on, they follow you at Roshon.
At Roshon.
And check out your website at visionariesonly.com.
Yeah.
And the Evo stuff, I don't have that up on the screen. Tell
that's
everybody what
Evo
that is.
Invasion. That's at Evo Invasion on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, on everywhere. So that's EVO Invasion, INAV. That's what I read. I can't even spell invasion. You know how to spell invasion. I'm out.
Perfect.
Yeah, man. And then we just dropped the single Flash. We dropped a couple weeks ago. We dropped the music video, our first official music video for Upside Down. And we're just about to just flood this whole entire year, with music, because that's all we really can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Well, I hope to see more tracks, hear more of this stuff, man. Sounds great. The production's great.
Thanks,
Please
man.
keep going.
Yeah, keep it up.
Gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it going. And I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. Casio fam always.
Awesome, man. Well, it's great to see you. Great to catch up with you. And again, keep us posted with everything that's going on. All right. And be safe. Be safe and wash your hands and all that stuff. All right.
Yeah, that's right. I will. I'm gonna wash my hands and keep playing the keys. That's all I can do.
All right, everybody.
Nice.
So thanks, Ro, for joining us here on this another Casio Artist Spotlight. And we'll see everybody on our next episode tomorrow, same time, same place. Thanks, everybody.
Woo. Yeah.